Hey everybody. So I had a piece of pork chop. It was mostly fat, so I decided to put it into the cockroach colony that has the flesh-eating beetles in it. And it hasn't even been in for a minute, and you can already see the amount of beetles that are starting to swarm it. So I'm gonna end up doing probably another update video here in an hour or so, trying to see if when I come back, if the piece of meat is going to be completely covered, um, or if it'll be gone, or what's going to go on. I don't see any cockroaches that are swarming it like they did with the piece of cooked chicken that I had. So that's interesting. I don't know if maybe the cockroaches are good because I gave them water yesterday, or oh, there's one. He went right to it. Yeah, he just corrected me. So so I assume it'll go pretty quick because the adult cockroaches will come in. Probably as well and help clean that up. I was kind of hoping to see the beetles swarm it, but I might have to end up just making a separate colony and seeing how that does. I'm kind of worried about starting a separate colony just so I'm not sure if they'll have enough um, food to eat. And the roaches kind of offer a supplement with their waste and them dying and stuff. Like I'm not sure that in the cap there's a baby that you can see the antennae are still moving, and it looks like he's bit in half. So I don't know if that was an adult cockroach, or if it was the beetles that attacked it. They're pretty hardy though. That thing's still alive. I don't know how long it's been like that. It's pretty interesting. And there's another nymph, larger nymph cockroach on the right side there of the meat that just came up to eat, and there's an adult female, so it'll probably go pretty quick. Those smaller ones there, the little black shiny ones, those are the flesh-eating beetles, and then if you can see the frass and the bottom moving, but you can't see anything, those are the larvae. So there's a whole bunch of larvae living in all of this. Kind of looks like a battlefield, and you can see all the beetles that are wandering around the dog food. There's a bunch of babies crawling around underneath of it too. It's just fun to watch. I like learning more about them, and I'm interested to see if I can catch a mouse in one of my traps because we have some mice in the house. I do plan on putting it in there. It would be interesting to see if the cockroaches like raw meat as opposed to the cooked. I don't know if they'd eat both. So that's another experiment that I'm interested in trying. I also want to see how long it'll take for my current population of flesh-eating beetles to be able to eat a full-grown mouse. So there's some stuff I'm going to play around with. It'll be fun. I'll keep everybody updated as much as I can. If you have any questions, let me know. That's the chicken bone. I never took it out. I probably won't take it out until I start another colony because I don't want there to be a bunch of eggs on it that I'm going to end up throwing away. So I'm just going to leave it as is and be something else that everything can climb up on to get away from everything. So, or I just might keep them. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, tune in here in a little bit and we'll see how everything looks. Okay, so it hasn't been too long. I did add a couple more pieces, and since I added a whole bunch more pieces, a bunch of cockroaches have swarmed it. They're kind of ruining my experiment to a point, but at the same time, it's kind of cool to see, to experiment with them. So I don't know. I wasn't expecting any of that to happen. So we'll see how quickly the bones get cleared off, and I'll do another update here, and put the video all together so it's one shot, but pretty interesting. By the way, these are Dubia roaches. They're tropical. They need certain environments to live, so like I have found some outside of my lizard containers when the lizards aren't able to eat them, but normally they're close to dying or already dead because they need high humidity and lots of food and water, so I don't have to worry about them getting out and making a mess in my house. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, and we're back, and it's been about 15 minutes. They're completely swarmed, so you can't really see how much has been eaten from the bones. So I'm gonna tap the container here and try and get them to scatter. No, they don't. They don't care. Let's do this though. So this piece is definitely smaller. You can already tell there's meat missing, fat and stuff missing from these. The bone is starting to show a lot more on them. Turn them over. See, I don't see any. I do see some beetle larvae. Don't see any beetles on this piece. It's just all cockroaches. There's a beetle larva just fell off there. So the cleaners are definitely there. It seems like if I were to have their own colony, they would just take longer to clean the bones than the cockroaches, and I think that's mainly just because of the size. I don't like if I had a whole container full of nymphs, they might take just about like the one there in the cap there, the real small ones. Would probably take just as much time as a whole colony of tiny little beetles and larvae would. But I don't know. Maybe that's something else that I'll end up doing is having different colonies with different sizes and stuff to try and mess with. I don't know how deep I'm gonna get into messing around with stuff. The light keeps turning off. So yeah, I might do another update here and connect it to the end of the video, just to show you the cleaned up bones and stuff. But that probably won't be until tomorrow. So, all right, you guys have a good one.